are going to give a presentation on the linked open data and e-participation project, which is a pilot project promoted by the European Parliament. This basically conceived as a public consultation platform aiming to integrate two main concepts, two main trends in the information technology. Basically, the e-participation initiative promoting the democratic participation of citizens in the lawmaking and improving the quality of the legislative process. And the other important initiative, which is the linked open data initiative, which is actually the bottom-up approach for the implementation of the semantic web standards, which can be reusable by stakeholders and which can provide data according to a machine-readable concept. The typical case actually is the public sector information. That can be a privileged domain where you can provide linked open data services. This is actually the e-participation scenario, where you have the three main institutions, Commission, Parliament, and Council, which prepare let's say, a new bill, so a new legislative proposal, and in our platform we provide visualization facilities for the proposal, so that the user can provide comments, can provide amendments to the text, even grades, can rate each different partition of the document, can provide their agreement or disagreement on that, and their inputs becomes collaborative contribution to the internal, to the debate among the institutions. This is a more detailed view of what we are actually implementing. The upper channel, let's say, it's basically the typical drafting process of a new preparatory act, while the bottom part is actually the channel of production in our platform, where in principle citizens, trade unions, stakeholders can access the target document, have the possibility to access advanced search and retrieval facilities with semantic capabilities. They can provide amendments to the text in a pure typical track change mode. They can retrieve provisions in terms of the semantic aspect of them, and can comment and rate each partition. So, as I said before, their inputs becomes collaborative contribution that can be attached to the preparatory act, and that can become, let's say, a contribution for the debate, the internal debate in the institutions. This is actually the roadmap of our project. The first period started in mid-2015 with the first proof of concept. In the second phase, we basically integrate specific functional extension like the management of the amendments, voting, the visualization, the stabilization and test. And finally, the platform has become an open source product which has been already delivered and distributed through the Join Up platform of the open source platform of the European Commission. And the first phase of the project ended in April 2017. Now, in September 2018, a new phase has just started under the name of ePart for Maps. Basically, we are thinking to create, let's say, a real product in a more protected use case, let's say, where members of the parliament can discuss one to the other and can provide their contribution to the actual debate. This is actually a set of screenshots related to the actual service of our system. In the home page, the user can access different search and retrieval facilities, full text search, or searching the text using keywords coming from the Eurovoc vocabulary that you know is the main thesaurus of the European Commission. And you have the list of the most recent proposals with the statistics on the percentage of approval, of disapproval, or neutral comments on each of the document. And moreover, you have also the number of comments actually provided to the different text. This is actually when clicking on a link, the user lands in the main page where you can have access to the main metadata of the document, like the select number, the legal procedure type, the set of keywords which describe the content of the document. And moreover, you have access to the different fragments of the text in terms of articles in particular, where the users can provide their comments under a specific, let's say, registration. So when users are logged in, they can provide comments in their native language, because the platform is conceived to be usable by all European citizens. Providing comments, users basically can also provide the rating on each different portion of the text. The fact that the user can provide comments in their own language, it can be, let's say, an obstacle to the actual dissemination of the content. So we have integrated a machine translation service, in particular using the MT-ATC machine translation at European Commission service, so that all the comments provided within the platform are translated in the target language chosen by the reader, the user who may make access to the platform itself. And as you can see here, you have basically the possibility to click on that link and having actually the translation of each single comment. For example, the first one from Italian to English, the second from German to English, and the third will be from Greek to English, because actually the target language of the document here is the English language. Another important aspect of this platform is that the user can provide amendments to the actual text. This is, for example, an instance of this document in Greek, just to give you a feeling of the multilingual aspect and with a different chart set, let's say, management of the document. When the user click on the bottom allowing them to provide comments, that panel, so the gray one, becomes an active panel where the user can provide comments in a pure track change mode, like in a Word document. When they go out from this modality, actually the changes are described using the typical track change mode that you can find in a typical word processor. And here you have a different version, like the French version of a text with amendments. As you can see up right, you have basically the indication of the number of comments, 5 comments, and the number of amendments provided by the users. The fact that all the data are described, use the linked open data standards allows you basically to provide and to calculate statistics related to the whole document, so the overall statistics on the appreciation of the user for about the different fragments of the document, and for each different let's say partition. And you can let's say consider to provide a visualization of the document in different modalities. For example, here you have a circle packing modality of looking at the document, where the main main circle represent the whole document. The color represent the sentiment of each related to each specific portion, and the other circle within the main one are partitions at a lower level of granularity. The right part is done a chart where you have the sentiment of the user on the whole act. Here you have the most part of the comments are positive comments. The other part are negative ones. And here you can give also statistics on user sentiments by country and by interest group. For example, you have here bar charts for positive comments by country. Basically, on the right side, you have also positive comments by group, because users obviously are, when they register themselves, they register providing details on their profiles. So in the fact that maybe they can belong to a specific group of people or a group of interest or lobbies and so on. And here you have statistics related to the map of sentiments and contribution per country. For example, on the left side, you have the sentiment per country, by country, related to that specific act. In that case, we have here, for example, the most part of positive comment from Italy, less positive from France, more neutral from Germany and from Portugal, and so on. And the other side, you have the activity by country. Basically, the intensity of the blue represents the intensity of the debate. So the most part of comments here comes from France, less lower, let's say, other comments comes from Italy, from Greece, from Portugal, from Germany, from the Netherlands. Now, the fact that you have the possibility to, all the data within the platform are represented using the semantic web approach allows you to give, let's say, advanced services, advanced visualization and reasoning services by semantics. For example, one of the next implementation will be to, let's say, represent the text not only in terms of the set of paragraphs, like, for example, this excerpt of a European directive, but also providing, let's say, the semantic profiles of each piece of legislation. For example, you can, let's say, mark up the fragments in terms of duties, in terms of procedure, in terms of rights of an addressee or a counterpart. And actually implementing advanced search and retrieval facilities, allowing users, for example, to query the system in terms of, I am, for example, a consumer, and I want to know which are my rights. And the system can gives you back not only the right where the consumer is the bearer, but also where the consumer is, the duties where the consumer is the counterpart, because they are actually rights for the bearer. This is actually an example of legal reasoning that you can implement using inferences on the ontology that we have implemented within the e-participation platform.
And moreover, you can also retrieve other, provide other different specific kind of reasoning within using semantics, actually. So which is the potential of the linked open data approach in the e-participation? You can have an intuitive way for citizens and members of the parliament to express their opinion. Not only on the whole text, but also on the single part of the legal proposal. And you have an improved accessibility and quality and reusability of legal data. So basically, all the activities and the data produced by the platform can be reusable by third parties. There is always the problem of moderation. When you expose this platform to the final citizens, you can have problems of related to the moderation of the debate. So it can be by the institutions supported by a dedicated staff or facilitated by semi-automatic tools like spam detection, trolls, detections, relations between comments, or by user community, so like a self-moderation, okay, I'm going to close, based on reputation and privileges. So these are actually the next threats that we have to face. And we have basically this way one platform for multiple use cases, like dealing with the legislative, the ordinary legislative procedure, like the interinstitutional procedure, or managing other different kind of documents, not only legislative text. So the next phase will be to stabilize the platform, improving scalability, performance, robustness, the security, and the possibility to have a better automated loading of document, and the implementation of the first use case in a more, let's say, a protected environment as the discussion between among the members. And that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hello. Yes, thank you for the presentation. It was very interesting. I have a question concerning the fact that non-European countries used to interfere with political decisions in the past already. How would you deal with this? How would you deal with the fake users participating to this?
Yeah, there's a typical concern in exposing a platform like this one to the public. As we said, we can foresee two different possibilities. One is to have an editorial staff that allows you to moderate the discussion. Another one is the so-called self-moderation, which actually proved to be effective in a platform like Wikipedia or like other kind of collaborative platform. So these are basically the two main possibilities that we have. On the other hand, since for now this is not the tomorrow's need, let's say, we have considered to implement a more protected use case, so to allow, in order to allow only the members of the parliament to discuss among them. So we have a more protected environment and using the platform in this, according to this approach.